Why are global powers suddenly watching Malaysia with growing concern, and what silent shift is changing everything behind the scenes? Something quiet is happening in Southeast Asia, and most people are not paying attention yet. While the world focuses on big headlines and loud conflicts, a silent shift is building inside Malaysia that could slowly reshape regional balance of power. Malaysia is no longer just a peaceful trading nation sitting between major oceans. It is becoming a strategic point where trade routes, technology growth, energy resources, and political influence are quietly coming together. Global powers do not always react to noise. They react to movement, and right now, Malaysia is moving in a way that feels calm on the surface but powerful underneath. From its location between the Indian Ocean and South China Sea, to its growing role in semiconductors, energy transition, and regional diplomacy, everything is starting to align. And this is exactly why some global powers are paying closer attention than ever before. Not with fear in public, but with careful observation in private. Now let's break down the 10 silent reasons behind this growing global interest. Point 1. Strategic location that controls trade flow. Malaysia sits at one of the most important crossroads on Earth. It connects the Indian Ocean with the South China Sea through the Strait of Malacca. This narrow water route carries a massive portion of global trade every single day. Oil, electronics, and goods worth trillions pass through this channel. Any country that has influence here naturally gains global importance. Malaysia does not control this route alone, but its position gives it quiet leverage that cannot be ignored. This is why global powers always keep a close watch on stability in this region. Even small changes here can affect global shipping, energy prices, and supply chains across continents. Point 2. Rising semiconductor and tech importance. In the modern world, chips are power. And Malaysia has become one of the key hubs for semiconductor packaging and testing. Many global tech companies rely on facilities inside the country. As demand for electronics grows, Malaysia's role in the supply chain becomes even more critical. It may not design most chips, but it helps complete them, which is a vital step. This gives Malaysia quiet technological influence. In a world where technology decides economic strength, this position is becoming more sensitive and valuable every year. Point 3. Energy transition and rare resources advantage. Malaysia is also part of the global shift toward cleaner energy. It has strong oil and gas reserves while also investing in renewable energy development. This balance between traditional and modern energy sources makes it important for global energy security. Countries trying to secure stable energy supplies are carefully watching how Malaysia manages this transition. Energy is no longer just about fuel. It is about control, stability, and long-term planning, and Malaysia sits right in that evolving equation. Point 4. Growing diplomatic neutrality. One of Malaysia's strongest silent powers is its diplomatic balance. It maintains relationships with multiple global powers without fully aligning with only one side. This neutral approach allows it to engage in trade and cooperation with different blocs at the same time. In a divided global environment, neutrality becomes a strategic advantage. It allows Malaysia to avoid direct conflict pressure while still gaining economic and political benefits from multiple sides. Point 5. Expansion of regional trade influence. Malaysia is actively strengthening trade partnerships across Asia, the Middle East, and beyond. Its participation in regional trade agreements helps it expand influence without military force. Trade is a soft form of power. It builds long-term dependency and cooperation between nations. As Malaysia grows its trade network, it becomes more deeply connected to global supply chains, making its stability more important for many countries. Point 6. Investment magnet for global corporations. Many international companies are increasing investment in Malaysia due to its location, workforce, and industrial growth. manufacturing, electronics, and services sectors are all expanding. Foreign direct investment brings not just money but also influence. When global companies rely on a country, that country becomes harder to ignore in global decisions. This slow economic integration increases Malaysia's global importance in a very quiet but steady way. Point 7. South China Sea proximity pressure. Malaysia's position near the South China Sea places it close to one of the most sensitive geopolitical zones in the world. This region is important for military routes, energy exploration, and trade movement. Any country located nearby becomes part of broader strategic calculations. Malaysia manages this carefully, but global powers still monitor its actions closely because even small shifts can affect regional stability. Point 8. Technological workforce development. Malaysia is investing in education, digital skills, and technical training. A growing skilled workforce increases its attractiveness for high-tech industries. This is not an overnight change. It is a long-term transformation that slowly increases national capability. As more skilled workers enter the system, Malaysia becomes more capable of handling advanced industries, which adds to its global importance. Point 9. Quiet infrastructure modernization. Across the country, infrastructure development is steadily improving. Ports, highways, digital systems, and industrial zones are being upgraded. Infrastructure is not just development. It is power in physical form. It supports trade, industry, and movement of goods at large scale. Better infrastructure makes Malaysia more efficient in global supply chains, which increases its strategic value without loud announcements. Point 10. Rising regional leadership potential. Malaysia is slowly becoming a stronger voice in Southeast Asia. Through cooperation and diplomacy, it is building influence within regional organizations. This leadership is not aggressive. It is gradual and balanced. But over time, even soft leadership can shift regional dynamics. Global powers notice this kind of growth because it changes future alignment possibilities in subtle but important ways. When you connect all these points together, a clear picture begins to form. Malaysia is not suddenly becoming powerful in a loud or aggressive way. Instead, it is rising quietly through trade, technology, location, and diplomacy. This is what makes the shift so interesting. It is not about conflict. It is about gradual positioning. And in global politics, silent changes often become the most important ones over time. Global powers are not reacting to fear. They are reacting to awareness. They see how geography, economy, and technology are slowly aligning in one place. And the real question is not what is happening today, but what this silent transformation could look like in the next decade. If you found this breakdown valuable, do not forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Intel Scope for more deep global insights that you will not hear in mainstream discussions.